to 4 staff.
You
and
could
then
do
that's
that
just
too.
as good. I mean, like.
All right. Well, we've got a draft here, and well, our panel going to be morphing into our casters as we have Mott Pax and Mott. Oh my! Furthering the confusion for fans everywhere.
Wow.
The Mott cast, man. It's happening.
Wow. I've never heard that meme before. What about you, Trent? How about you? New one for you? Yeah. Well, we're going to have to deal with it. We're going to jump into the game here in about 40 seconds. OG versus Escape Name. Game number 1 here of our second series of the day for day number 2 for elimination mode. Trent, obviously, we talked about this draft at pretty great lengths. I do agree with what Andrew said. I think he made a very good point. A lot of these OG heroes actually require a decent amount of farm, and that's what I'm really concerned about. And you also made the point that the Ogre will be roaming in and actually doing a lot of effective damage early on in the game, stopping them from getting that farm. Sorry, Shannon. Yeah? What's up? I just assume it's me because most people call Mott Pax Trent. I mean, at least I do. Okay. I mean, if you're okay with that, I mean. All right.
Prepare for battle.
Yes, he's gonna jungle this. I mean, more than likely he might start out like in a lane or something, but he probably will inevitably head back to the jungle. And this, I feel like, might be a problem, but we'll see. Shall see. This smoke though coming out from Escape, they're actually gonna invade. Oh, there's gonna be a fight. A fight's gonna happen, maybe. Oh, Anna's just gonna run away. Yapster's not gonna be able to get there in time. And that'll be that. All right. I was super sure they were going to find an engagement, but the vision was a little bit better for OG. They were on the high ground. They're still looking for Jirax, but can't get to him. Yaps are obviously not in range for the Ignite, so they won't be able to find anything. Era is still looking for S4, drops down 1 sticky napalm. They're kind of pincering back in. OG are thinking about going no tails up front. Does have the time walk. They're looking to chase. Spirit Bearer is just going to maybe try to body block here a little bit, but nothing's going to happen at the end of the day. They actually get a D ward off as well. Jirax is going to take that down with the sentry dropped. The
battle begins.
Oh, No Tail got it. He doesn't have time walk though. He's gonna die. Can he deny himself to Roshan in time? One right click, it's not there. Era gets it with the Blade Fury and right clicks. He did get the rune, but he gives his life away. He time walked to get it too. Whew. Not worth. Yeah. If that was like maybe the old bounty rune, I'd say I would consider it, but even then, that's probably not worth it. Oh, Trent.
It's all right. I mean, that's not bad. It's like 30 seconds in. Could have been worse. My bad, fan.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Thank you.
It is a dual lane actually down bottom, Trent, with a Fly and No Tail down here.
Yeah, they picked the Bat Rider first overall. Bat Rider does obviously pretty excellent in most 1v1 matchups. No one really styles on this guy, so S4 is going to have a fine time up against Kezu. Kezu will probably have to play some shenanigans with the creeps here, maybe. Of course, even then, that gets a little bit dangerous, but just watching his overall sticky napalm stacks and being wary of that level 2 coming in for S4.
This is going to be an interesting matchup. But we do have, like we said, the jungling Bloodseeker. We'll see if they rotate the Ogre out early on here with Zapsar just going to work on Fly right now, but he's so far just harassing this bottom lane. He has a Windlace. He's got some nice movement speed, but S4 solos Kezu in the top lane. S4 looks like he did have 6. He did use his charges, but S4 is still able to get the kill on the Tidehunter easily.
Yeah, I mean, he started with boots, and Kezu's up here just as the Tidehunter. Like, you can't be there. Like, if you're not getting the lane back to somewhere at least closer to your tower, it's just going to die every time. It's like Bat Rider's dream.
All right, time to buy an Iron Talon on that Tidehunter, potentially. Might
yeah,
have
either
a rough
that or
time in
get
that
some
lane.
serious assistance.
But he's going to walk back up there for now. Still sitting on actually no CS, so the Tidehunter Kezu getting absolutely dominated here by S4 with that early kill. But I'm going to give some room down bottom now. You have Era farming up mid lane, rotation coming in from Fly with Wave of Terror. No magic missile stun. Can't go on Quake, though. The Spirit Barrier is there as well. They're going to back up. He's got a Quelling Blade on the Bear, so he's sitting at 6 last hits, the 9 for the Tinker at this point in time. So far, so good for OG. Most of these lanes are going well. They only have 3 last hits for No-Tail, but he's playing in the off lane currently. He might get caught out here. He does have the Time Walk. They use the Ignite. They have the Fire Blast. If it's time to right, maybe they can get a kill, but he is going to Time Walk off some of that Ignite and right-click damage, and he'll be fine. He's even going to salve up as well, but he's out of regen as well.
Yeah, these are 2 very obnoxious supports for Faceless Void, both having some damage over time between the Ignite then the Thunder Strike, so pretty difficult to time your Time Walks for like maximum efficiency. Still stuck at level 2. No-Tail not enjoying himself. He is drawing the attention of Yapzor, though, which we've talked about is very important.
Right.
For him being up here in Jerax. Mid's pretty fine for Koikva, just because Tinker obviously dominates the lane a lot of the time through laser. And with 2 heroes, at least you aren't getting fully blinded or anything. So
they
the
have
chance of
Glimpse
getting
for
some
No-Tail.
last
He'll
hits.
try to TP out. Glimpse probably will be used in Will. No-Tail doesn't have mana to use his Time Walk. He's further into the tree line, and they have no way of getting him. No-Tail's just
One
going to be
tree at a
fine. Maybe they
time.
could just eat their way through. They have Quelling Blade. They have another Tango Era. 1 second away from finding No-Tail. He has no usage of that Time Walk. Blade Fury. He buys 2 TPs before dying, the best that he possibly can do in that situation, and they will find the kill.
Jerax is level 5.
Wow.
He's going
That's-
Midas, too.
All right, the Bloodseeker jungle, it's a thing and it's working. He has 27 last hits. I actually can't believe this is happening. It's like a dream come true.
Man, and just no one is messing with this guy. It's too late now, obviously, as he's level 5, so like Yapzor can't come and bully that. Kezu's forced to TP out. At least there's that now, right, guys? You can TP away from Batrider.
Yeah, no Flame Break.
Rest in peace, Flame Break.
Glory has changed that ability. Thank you, Based Ice Frog.
Had some good years, but times have changed.
It's like you're making it sound like Batrider died or something, or Flame Break just went to the grave.
It did. It's because it did. At least Batrider's still amazing against like every hero 1v1.
Yeah, that's and S4 in the hands of S4 as well. And by the way, he went Arcanes. Oh, mid lane, there's going to be gank here. And Tinker's going to get the laser off, but it's not going to help. He will drop the March down, try to do some extra damage to Yapzor and Quake, but they'll be fine. Yapzor's a little low. He has a haste rune, might want to go back home. But other than that, nice pick off. That's a huge kill, actually, helping Quake out a lot.
Yeah, a symptom a bit there of like juggling Bloodseeker, and your Venge is up top. So like with one support down, as you have one jungling, then you don't really have anyone roaming around. You don't have vision down in this area, so they don't see like the haste rune, and then just easy pickings there. So nice recovery from Yapzor. He'll run on home, get healed up. At the same time, these pulls were going on down bottom. Synderen got some nice levels too, so he's 3 almost into 4. Air's going to split it up with him now as well. So despite this massively farm jungling Bloodseeker, things are still looking pretty good for the Radiant. It's just these first rotations of JRX are going to be pretty hype, I feel like.
Yeah, when he gets his Rupture, if he has it, he does. He's level 6. No boots, though, but with the helpful abilities of a Bloodseeker, you can be pretty speedy with Thirst. He has 1,400 gold. His Midas is right around the corner. We're talking about a 5.5 minute, maybe not even Midas coming out as he's flying out on the courier already. So this jungling Bloodseeker, you know, we thought the Ogre was going to be rotating in there and taking him down, but because of that bottom lane, the Ogre's been kind of shirking his duties in that jungle.
All right, they smoking up here or what? S4's shown. They don't have a smoke on them, so I
They
guess not.
They're just chilling together.
S4's
They're
just
waiting.
heading bottom. He's like, all right, you're welcome for the free lane, No-Tail. I'll go do my thing down there instead.
I like that. They don't necessarily need to give S4 the safe lane farm. They can just give him, you know, jungle camps. They can send him bottom. He can get farm there, no problem. He's already up to 1,000 gold, so No-Tail can start catching back up after falling down and only getting 11 last hits. But see how things go.
Interesting. We had the Dire side use scan just as he was finishing up level 6 on the Bloodseeker. They scanned here to see if there were support rotations coming in. Jerax leaves the jungle. He's sitting mid, gives the Blood Rage to the Tinker, and they scan actually up into like the hard camp area too, trying to figure out exactly where Jerax is up to. So both teams just not exactly sure who's hopping on who here. Just trying to stop what from doing their thing. But it's just going to be more chill here from Jerax. Just hanging out with Fly. They have the smoke now, though, so...
Yeah, they're
This'll
gonna
probably be our moment.
definitely make it go soon, and probably with these two heroes. It's been very kind of passive in this early game. Like you said, it's a lot of playing footsie here, determining who's going where. But now that they have this smoke, they might move together as a team. Fly will finish up the last shard gold, and they'll make a move. As well as S4 rotating back up. 1,200 gold, a smoke here and a kill would be pretty huge. He's sitting at level 7. He's going to scalp his last, so he was holding the point for the time being. No, probably start this off
Yeah.
with a Rupture or Magic Missile, one of the two. Fly will
This
walk
game
up
can
first.
just snowball completely out of control right now. Like, you're still dealing with a level 4 Tidehunter.
Look at Quickfoot's positioning mid. He knows something is up right now. He's sitting close to the right side of the tower.
Will it matter, though? Like,
There's going to be the Rupture, and now it's going to be trouble. And there's going to be a dive. Is there any TP rotations? Mass TP rotations, in fact. They still get the kill. The laser comes out. They had that silence come through from Jerax as well. Air coming in. He's got Omni Slash, but the Magic Missile gets off in time. Bloodlust, he's taking too much damage from the Firefly. Has to pop up the Healing Ward and back up. They lose Lone Druid. They rotated in everybody to the mid lane. They don't get anything. That's it, Trent.
yeah. Gold goes over to the Tinker, 270. A little bit of experience for everyone. S4 now closing in on his Blink Dagger. 600, 700 gold away here for him. Don't think he'll be getting the drums first this game, as he has that Bloodseeker. Two of them could do a nice little duo running around the map. Eris sneaking up with the Omni Slash in mid there on the Ana.
They're going to go for it. Plenty of damage. The laser will come through. Is it enough? He's so low. The Ignite will take him down in the end. Arrow will take some tower damage. No TP reactions from OG, so they get a free kill. And Arrow will get a nice bounty rune to boot as well. So, nice stuff.
Top lane, Kezu, 10 XP away from 6, so he'll grab right here from the neutral.
Tower is under attack.
Give me
He's
that
got
level
that going
6.
for him.
Okay, he got it. He got the Ravage just ready to go. Finally, after that pretty rough early game, like 18 last hits coming out, he did have to get an Iron Talon. His net worth is lower than that of Yapsor at this point, which is the 4 position support for Escape Gaming. So Kezu has a long time before he's back into this game trend.
Ooh, yeah, gonna be looking for those turnaround plays, the signature style of Escape. Another Rupture mid on Quakeba.
He
And
is
he's
running.
trying to- oh, man,
he
this
is
is tough.
running. He's probably still dead. That he's seeking missiles. He was trying to get out of the silence. He had to keep running with the Rupture on. Maybe the worst thing he could have done, but he couldn't really have done anything else in that situation. And that
There's 3
Rupture-
heroes too. Like, you can't even glimpse someone as Cinder and to like go for a player. You're probably both just gonna die.
Yeah, there's too much. There were too many heroes there at that point in time. They also had Lasso backup ready to go. I mean, Jarek can do a nice bit of right click damage as well. It's frightening at this point. Like, this Bloodseeker's starting to really come into effect. I mean, Quickfoot was doing pretty well. They ganked the Tinker a couple of times, but net worth's kind of slowing down for actually both mids.
Yeah, 60-second cooldown too. So just it's nasty, man. Just puts a couple more camps up here for S4. Now he's getting the space in the jungle, and our Blink Dagger's about to be up here. Cinder
Excellent.
needs a timeout, man.
All right, hold on a second, guys. We got to figure out how to deal with this Bloodseeker. Just kidding. They have lag.
A
But,
likely story.
Honestly, this has been an interesting game. Almost enough for a Tinker Boots of Travel, but he didn't go for the Soul Ring. And we see this a lot, too. If you're a Tinker and you're a little further behind, make sure you have that bottle, but forego the Soul Ring until later after you have the Boots of Travel. And it looks like that's what he's going to be doing here.
Yeah, I think once he has bots, like, the map is just going to be so free for Ana. It's just going to be Bloodseeker, Bat Rider, Vengeful Spirit, and No Tail running around with them whenever he has Chrono off cooldown. And, like, No Tail, it's not like they can really punish him if he's out on his own farming. So he'll just be chilling in one lane whenever Chronosphere is not used.
Right.
And, or rather, not available, because he'll just group up with them whenever he has Chrono. And then he just farms the rest of the time. It's going to be pretty disgusting. You have so much damage coming from a Bloodseeker, you could probably see the Lincoln Spear build out here from No Tail. Unless they start, like, crazy snowballing, then he could just grab a Vlad's and go ham. Sup, sons.
The next
Man.
level strategies from Suns fan. Thank you so much, Shannon, for that.
Call
Yeah,
shenanigans.
that was great, dude.
That heads up idea.
Yeah, first he writes the rules, then texting
What doesn't he
teams.
do,
I don't know
honestly?
about this guy.
Yeah. We should get this guy checked out. Honestly, though, yeah, the TPs will help. Hopefully that can save them, but they've just been getting chased down by 2-3 people, and they've usually got so many people in the vicinity to get these kills. I'm like concerned. What do Escape do at this point? It feels like they're kind of far behind. Not by much. It's only about 1,000 net worth, but what do you do for your Escape? You just maybe split up farm, try to get quick by his next couple of items, do the best that you can?
You hope Kezu's in the right place at the right time for a Ravage. It's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah. I never really like to have to rely on Ravage early on in the game, maybe to get maybe a pick off or two, but it does feel like that does need to be the case here. The Blink Dagger is now up at 10 minutes for S4 with Arcane Boots already in tow.
Look at this. Just immediately coming bottom with the Chrono, too. The positioning of Jerax in the trees.
Uh-oh, though. Yapsor and Air will find S4. He does have that Blink already, but it's not on him. And the Blade Fury, along with the Ignite and the Fire Blast, more than enough to get a kill. And Air just goes right into the camp as well. Give me that extra farm.
Yeah, Kezu down bottom. Ruptured.
The Rupture.
Oh, why don't I just Chrono
TP?
you?
Oh, the Chrono Sphere comes out just in time. Shannon, it didn't work. The TPs didn't work, my friend. What happened?
Do you
That's all
find
he's
how
got
Void's
for us.
voice kind of sounds like a voice Suns fan would make if he tried to do a hero voice?
Yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's 100. I agree completely.
All right, well, this is some escape Dota. They kill the tower mid. Nice. You know, lose your Tidehunter, but you still have that lone druid.
He's getting
Who's,
there.
Oh wait, he's holding the Midas recipe on his
He
hero
is.
and the,
Yes, he
the
is.
glove on the bear. There we go. Get that one all up together.
All right. He maybe lost a couple seconds of efficiency there, I'm sure. It's fine, though. He's going to be able to get
fine.
fine. And they will take the Tier 1 tower. It's going to be a trade. Tier 1 tower mid for the Tier 1 tower bottom. You talked about the Tidehunter, of course, being an added benefit of that trade for OG. They will have the Boots of Travel up for the Tinker now, so he's going to have a better time split pushing. And I'll have to push out top as Escape are currently making their move. There's a great Observer Ward here, a dire one that's going to scout out all of these movements, these rotations. This is maybe the second or third time we've seen this ward in this tournament, and it's going to scout out everything.
Yeah, and then they can just leave No Tail pressuring down bottom, right? Again, he's a Void, very difficult to kill. Doesn't have... Oh, no, he does have TP, so he's good. And then S4 is just lurking in this area here. So whichever one they TP to defend, he could potentially come make a maneuver on them, too. Just like, even if they need to smoke up with the Fly, they have a great ward behind the tower now.
They have so many good wards. Oh, my God. The TP's going to come through. They're just going to keep split pushing with the Boots of Travel. This is great.
Yeah, they get the tower top, so that is nice for Escape. But again, just because of the vision there, they made this choice.
Oh, the
now.
smoke. They're going to come in, but Yapsor not quite in range. The smoke broke. Fly was already hightailing it out of there. Era's on the hunt, as well as Kezu. They have that Ravage. It looks like OG do not want to turn and fight, despite this being a 5 versus 4. Glimpse back. They'll find the Tinker. That's trouble. There's going to be the Omni Slash. No Rupture used just yet. Jump in the last of they'll bring up Yapsor onto the high ground here with the Firefly. This should be a kill. No stick charges there. He'll be down for 30 seconds. No Tail TPing out already. S4's got Blink in 3 seconds. Era still on the hunt pretty fast with FaZe and Yasha, but he will not be able to chase down that Bat Rider. A 1-for-1 exchange that definitely favors Escape when it's all said and done.
Yeah, they needed that desperately. Trying to slow down this Tinker is pretty much the only one they seem to be able to get a hold on right now. Eric can just come down, push up bottom. Like he's gone for that Yasha build. Now he's 1,300 gold on top of that. Just something to fight with. We'll see if he feels the pressure to like go back Yasha Battle Fury. Obviously, not exactly ideal in a lot of scenarios, but just needing this Yasha to fight. How long do you wait to try and go for this kill? Jerax and S4 down here.
Well, they're
they're
considering
there.
it. They're not even going for it. They decided against it. Yeah, no lasso. That's just really the biggest problem I feel with Rupture. Maybe you can do it, but even that was down as they are going to head up and just farm themselves a couple of different lanes. But now again, Escape are just grouping up and kind of pressuring as 5. They did the same thing for the Tier 1 tower top. They moved together as a team down towards the mid lane. Now they're going to pressure bottom and take this Tier 1 tower down here as well, Trent.
Well, that is one thing. OG aren't meeting them head on. Lasso, Rupture. If you actually just like stand your ground with Ravage and whatnot, then obviously it's still a pretty difficult team to fight into. So if Kezu doesn't, like in that last fight you saw, there were some moments where he definitely could have hit a couple heroes with Ravage, but I don't think it would have changed any of the outcomes. So well played by him not to just throw it out there. And we'll see if he like goes into a mechanism or if he feels like some sort of pressure to go into the Blink Dagger.
Oh, look at No Tail. They have no detection here. He's got Chronosphere. They're all TPing out. He doesn't see them. He might go for Koikfa instead. They actually canceled their TPs as they were trying to go top. They will finish off the Tier 2 tower bottom instead. Now there might be a fight. Kezu's found Fly. He has Swap. He might need to use it on one of his teammates to get out of trouble. In fact, he will just die here, it looks like, give his life away, and the rest of the squad will back up and away, except for S4 was looking to come in and provide support, but it's not there. And Kezu, despite all of the problems that he had early on in this game, now is a Blink Dagger.
Okay, we're going to be looking to make some big plays. You would probably consider it to be a slightly riskier pick than the mechanism, but it does mean that he's going to be able to counter-initiate some of these plays from OG. So if you can shut down the Bat Rider, shut down the Bloodseeker, maybe turn that around to a little bit of gold, even if that costs you your Ravage, if you can 5-man after that with like the healing ward, it might be enough to still approach towers rather fearlessly up against OG. And things are looking really good for Escape. Maybe getting a few too many favorable trades, considering like just having that lone druid makes it really difficult for OG to respond in time, and you can understand why they just do things like, okay, well, let's just trade bottom and like we'll get 2 towers and they only get 1. But with that 5-man unit moving around the map, Escape have knocked down a ton of objectives. Might be a Roche play here from the Dire now to try and stem the bleeding.
They haven't gone for a 5-man like actual team fight yet on OG's side. They've been dodging almost every time, and it looks like it's exactly what you're saying. They're going to head right into Roche and take this. With Wave of Tear, drum popped by Jerax, this should be rather quick. And there's no Tier 1 tower to take top lane. That trade. They have the Tier 2, obviously, and they've done some small damage to it, but this should be OG's for the taking. And they probably should be able to get back and defend in time as well.
We'll see. course, with the bear, it's always a little bit scary. So how's Quick been doing? 2,600 towards his relic, not too bad.
He's done a nice job. The Midas is helping out a lot. They're going to start TPing up, though. No Tail has
Be
Shadow
careful
Blade.
these glimpses.
I think they might have seen the TP in and the tree getting cut down with the TP. You can time walk in, you can go for a chrono, but it looks like they're just not going to defend this. They're going to give it away instead.
Good trade for escape. Just again, it's very difficult to respond to this. Like, even if they just get in position so fast that if you come in and you time it poorly, you just get glimpsed back out, then you're fighting at a disadvantage.
So much to worry about here for OG. Like you were just talking about glimpse, but the Static Storm too. There's so much team fight potential for Escape Gaming right now. This is before the Radiance is done. This is troublesome.
Yeah, we'll see what Jax gets up to next too as well. Just sitting on about 2,500 gold for himself.
All right, buy a Dagon, Jarex. You know you want to.
Bottom tower is under
That's a joke, by the way. I don't actually expect him to buy a Dagon. We were talking about Aghanim Scepter. What other items do you standardly see? I mean, SNY was a big thing for Bloodseekers for a while. There's been a lot of different builds that we've seen on Bloodseekers over the past couple of months. What would you like to see on this hero in particular?
Oh, well, he's just bought something. Yeah, it's
All right,
Ogre
well.
Club related, so that's a start. Okay.
SNY? Maybe? There's a good chance.
It would never know.
We'll have
But,
to wait a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's a very good Halberd game. Well, it's not the worst Halberd game, I suppose, but yeah, SNY or something along those lines. The Aghanim Scepter, perhaps, for Shannon. We'll see.
Yeah. There's options for him to move into after the Ogre Club. So
I think it's chrono
Blood
time. Like, let's kill somebody. Let's
They
go.
haven't used one yet. Oh, they used one to get the kill on the Tide Hunter, but that's it.
There we go. This is it.
Koikba, and there's going to be the chrono coming out. The bear's going to keep just chewing on some of these creeps. He's going to use his Savage Roar to try to get out Fly. They might not be able to get this kill. Finally, with S4 coming in the Flame Break, they will. Rotating in his Yapsor, they'll have to back away. Now they get the Ignite off. Kezu's going to Blink Ravage.
This is
He's
scary,
going to
though.
hit 4, and he gets the creep that they're keeping into as well. Is it enough? There's the Heat-Seeking Missiles as well. They glimpse back the Tinker. He's got to refresh and get in as quickly as possible. No Tail, still Shadow Bladed up. S4 blinks away. They have Magic Missile. They swap
Oh, the
back.
swap,
They
there
get
it
it
is.
stunned as well, and Air's going to fall almost instantly. He didn't get his Blade Fury up. Yapsor will fall next as well, and Jax gets a double kill. They get the TP away in time from that Disruptor. He will survive, but Air doesn't get the Blade Fury off, and he ends up dying quickly.
They can't Rupture. Or rather, they can't Ravage without that Static Storm in place, I don't think. Like, it's so hard to win a fight like that. Especially when your Lone Druid just went down right to start. Did he... he's missing a lot of gold. Oh, he does have the Relic on his bear.
He must have bought
that's
it, yeah.
good. Yeah.
But just like that, with that team fight, they get a tier 2 tower. They put a small amount of pressure onto the tier 3 in the mid lane. That provides them so much, especially map control.
That's an Aghanims on Jerax.
Huge. That's all right. You know what? I can't believe that
Let's do
actually
it.
happened. All right, I feel like okay. I'm not going to hear the end of this now.
I mean, it's solid. Like, you're this position 4 hero. I mean, you're kind of position 1 because you're super firmed. I know No Tail has a way of doing this to people on his team, apparently. The sacrifice of the core for the better of the squad. No Tail Dota, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so down for Jirax playing a Bloodseeker right now. This is actually, with an Aghanim Scepter, this is the best. It's going to be
Taste of
tough for Escape to
Bloodseeker.
deal with, but I mean, how do you deal with 2 Ruptures now? Yeah, I guess you just have to hope you silence him or something. You get the jump on him in a team fight.
Yeah, you have to, like, Ravage him into Static Storm. Of course, he's sitting on Aegis right now, so that's not really going to do anything. But
No.
And then if you do that, like, if you don't catch the Faceless Void or the Bat Rider in that, they're just going to disrupt it. Then there's also the save coming out from the swap on Fly. Used very nicely to be aggressive in that last fight with a Rupture plus swap. That was pretty sick.
Yeah. And not to mention, we're not even really talking about the Tinker, who's going to have an Aether Lens soon. Like, he's quietly getting farm that a Tinker should have. And eventually he's going to become a monster that it's another hero that they have to deal with.
It's a bit of a wonky draft, but that's what elimination mode is for, and it certainly syncs up together here from OG. I mean, we're talking about how you look at Escape's draft, and it is definitely something that, I mean, hell, they probably ran this exact 5 heroes before. Wouldn't even be surprised if you went back and looked at it, you know?
I'm almost certain of that. I
Chances
can't
are,
confirm, but
maybe we throw out this Ogre for an Enigma, and then we can, like, definitely confirm it. But
yes, absolutely. They do have the Radiance coming out on the Lone Druid now, or at least they should. It's going to be very soon for Koikba. Blink Dagger for the Juggernaut for better positioning. That's another way you could jump on the Bloodseeker, whoever for that matter, on OG. I do not mind this choice from Arrow whatsoever.
Well, burden of the bear this game, it seems. If they can try and get some good Bloodlust plays, trade towers, Obviously, the dream would be a Rax trade even for them right now. Just not exactly ideal in the game. And that's like your best case scenario.
That's not going to be easy for Escape Huron. OG looked like they were fake backing. Now they continue back to the tier 2 tower. They backed for a moment. They actually had, I think they were maybe concerned about the Tinker top lane getting jumped on, which he still might. You could see that Arrow is over here maybe looking for jumping with an Omni Slash. They'll take down the tier 2 tower bottom for OG. They'll TP out and continue to try to pressure and push out these lanes in mid and both top lane.
Yeah, this ward mid offering a lot of information. Watching how Cinderin's walking back and forth here, like just not exactly sure like where it makes it pretty clear the rest of the dire, rather the Radiant must be inside the dire jungle. So they're starting to come out here right now with S4.
I gotta say, this vision from OG's side, not to say that Escape have had bad wards, but just OG's vision has been pretty solid so far this game.
Yeah, it really has actually. And again, JX down bottom, Rupture onto Kezu.
Ooh, swap back. That almost kills him. That's pretty much enough to kill him, essentially.
So
They'll TP out
gross.
fly. That's not very fun. That's a nice little combination that you don't expect to see, because you
That's
never
only
see Bloodseeker.
level 1 swap too, guys.
Oh,
So I got a little bit
Cinderin.
of range to grow.
Oh, God. At least the raindrop blocks the time lock, but that doesn't
Nice,
really matter.
yeah.
He's dead anyways. I mean, there's really not much you can do.
Oh,
There's
is
going to
that
be the root
another
coming out. The
Ravage?
entangling
Or rather
roots he's
Rupture?
caught. They're doing some nice damage. The Radiance Burn going as well. Actually might be able to bring him down. No Tails, another time walk, and they didn't get the Savage Roar off in time. It was about to go. Now they're going to jump in bottom. They find Era, lassoed up, and Jerax will get this kill. Manta style. Omni Slash will go. They should still be able to bring him down after the Omni Slash is done. In fact, they will. Dead for 48, no buyback. They are just picking off heroes all over the map. They're dying mid, they're dying bottom, they're dying everywhere.
And Rupture's still online because
Yes.
he's now used it on Tidehunter and then Juggernaut. Just
They have
hanging on to
swap
another
as well.
one.
Swaps back up too if they get
Look
the
at
Vengeful Spirit.
just Rupture.
Yeah,
He
Kezu
just
gets
throws them out
ruptured.
now for fun.
And time to TP home.
Doesn't even care.
That's actually ridiculous. 40-second recharge time. He has another charge of Rupture in 5 seconds. I like it.
It's gonna start running into mana problems finding these drums.
I was actually just thinking that. And he's like, he's not that mana. He doesn't have that much mana right now. He's sitting at 238. I don't know.
Gotta get that 4-staff, right? You know.
Yeah, I
Get-
think
get
that's
some more
actually that's even like his. Oh my god! Because then you don't even need the swap. You can just kill people with your 4-staff and just running at them as well.
4-staff, swap, lasso.
The old school build, the Rupture into 4-staff. That's like the pub build, or it used to be anyway.
Yeah, these days it's mostly the Yules.
Gross. That sounds disgusting.
Gotta cancel those TPs, man. You know,
I guess.
Closing down the one answer.
All right. I guess it's not as bad as I think it is. Point booster for the Tinker. His Aghanim Scepter is going to be online in a little bit. But for
Yeah.
OG, they actually lasted the bear in the mid lane. It looks like they're going to bring it down. They do get the Savage Roar off. They have a time walk for No Tail if they can get there. And with the time dilation, force forward coming out from the Bat Rider. They bring down the bear. And No Tail will provide himself 300 gold. Just like that.
Yeah, he's sitting on a 10-second BKB whenever he is going to need it. Does decent enough damage already just with the Shadow Blade, and again, his position 4 hero has become the position 1, so it's not exactly like OG are lacking in damage. It's like the Lincoln's build, but just even more reliable now up against this Tidehunter as well as Disruptor.
Yep. I do feel like Escape, they have two really good cores right now in the Lone Druid and the Juggernaut. They both do a lot of damage. Their net worth is a little bit behind that of the Bloodseeker, but if they can get like one good Ravage, one good Static Storm, they might be able to find a fight here that can get them back into this game because they're currently down 7,500 net worth. All right, he did buy the Dagon.
That's another
Okay.
good int item. It's fine, you know. Still probably some mana issues, but yeah, in terms of what do Escape have to do to win this game, definitely does come down to that big Wombo combo. It is their signature playstyle. At least it was for a long time. They've definitely branched out since then. Give them some credit, but it was certainly what first got them noticed in their first participatory season of Dream League.
They've got some potential here with this lineup. We'll see. They did scan, by the
No
way.
Tail's
They
coming
saw
in.
all of the heroes with the scan. No Tail coming in. Chrono onto 2, including the Juggernaut. He's in trouble. Savage Roar BKB is up. The bear is inside. The Chrono Arrow will pop the Omni Slash, but immediately gets canceled after the Time Walk comes through. The lasso. Nobody's actually dead except for the Disruptor here. Flame Break's going to push him back. There's the Rupture, though, and they're going in. Kezu, one right click away, or Heat-Seeking Missile will get mech'd up. Good Ravage to keep him alive. They might actually lose the Tinker, and will. Kezu's low. Finally, they bring him down. It's a double kill for Jerax, but it's a 2-for-2 exchange so far. The Root will come out. They might get a third. Air's going to come back in. No Tail. Fire blasted up. He's got Time Walk. Koikpo will find that third kill. It's his double. Era coming back in. They see No Tail. They've got Dust Up. They will bring him down with a root. And Koifa finds himself a triple kill. And just like that, maybe an overextension from OG gives Escape so much gold.
Jarek's actually ran out of mana. He couldn't use his Dagon. Like, could have just blown up the tide. That fight started out pretty well for Escape too, just like getting that stack storm on top of the Tinker, forces the swap out that way, then we don't get this like aggressive swap that's been doing like half the HP of some of these heroes with the Rupture, so Escape are doing it, man. The run back.
And that was without a static storm again, or Glimpse really for that matter. Disruptor was dead at the beginning of that fight.
Yeah, he had to just throw it out solo on a Tinker and it was just like immediately negated. Like it wasn't the big wombo combo style, so indeed, they do still have a little bit of added potential. Now they've opened up the map a bit for themselves, and as you can see, Cinder and Pinging, as well as Fly, both captains having the same idea here, and that is the Roche Pit. Be hotly contested. Overall, I think the Dire still have the edge in there. Obviously, Radiance Burn, Static Storm, Tidehunter, you're like, okay, these are some sick heroes, but on the other hand, you've got the big AoE from the Bloodseeker, you have Batrider, Chronosphere, Tinker, and Venge. Like, all 5 heroes are fantastic Roche heroes for the Dire.
For Escape, it's so hard. Getting lassoed and getting pulled out is essentially, that's going to be the end of the fight if you're not careful.
And they're just going to take it so fast with how farm Jerax is and the minus armor and whatnot.
And they do know that Ravage is still on cooldown, so they're just going to time walk in with No Tail. They'll start going to work. They'll help out with in a moment here if Jerax wants to go in. There will be some movements over from the Radiant team to try to converge on the Roche Pit. They've also just picked up a Diffusal Blade. It's not currently on the Juggernaut, but he's going to have it sent out here pretty soon. Here comes the Bear. Glimmer caves in. No Sentry Ward. It's a little too far away. The Gush is out. Jerax gets ignited as well. Going to stay behind for the time being. No Tail taking some damage. The Radiance Burn doing some nice work there. And they push them out of the pit for the time being. It's giving them more time to get their Ravage back on cooldown, off cooldown, which is in 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, there's also a Diffusal Blade and an AC coming in. There's some big pickups here for Escape. Era's damage is going to go way up now with that Manta Diffusal. And if they can catch like one stun onto No Tail, maybe you can get like the Mantas going, burn his mana. It might be enough for them to just like outright win the fight if that Chrono's down.
Yes, it comes down to No Tail getting the initiation off, him being the one to initiate with the BKB especially. I feel like he's squishy enough, like you said, that he'll die pretty quickly to bring him down, and that would be the end of the fight without that Chronosphere.
I suppose what is their best like chain stun though to stop that BKB? Like you think about like if he's stunned and you can burn him, then it'd be great, but that's gonna require like Ravage essentially at this point.
Yeah, Ravage Fire Blast is
not exactly the longest chain there.
No, not really.
Combining for a total 3.9 seconds.
I mean, it might be enough. It might be.
Low help from his friends. You know, Bloodlusted Era, perhaps that would be it. Man, look at Era. He's not even attacking Roche. He's like so ready on the edge of this pit. Do they have protection? They have Sentry.
This is super dangerous, but also they can do this. They're taking it pretty quickly. S4 is going to come through. He's going to take down a Sentry Ward or two. Some good vision from the Radiant team. Era not going to be pulled out just yet by the lasso.
Now they have no Sentry for No Tail though, right? Like they don't have a gem on the Radiant, do they?
They do.
That's
not.
like so scary.
They have no detection. They have Dust. That's
they have a Sentry on the hill.
But
none down here.
It's falling low. Ignite will come through and hit just about everybody.
Oh, this is so scary with that Sentry.
They're going to jump in and do a Chrono here. It looks like No Tail will pop it off and gets it onto everybody. He gets the Aegis, and he snatches it as well. They get the Blood Rage down. They're trying to go to the work. They get the Omni Slash, but that's just the Aegis. Will they fight this for S4? Looking maybe for a last.
Oh, Storm
up. They've caught No Tail. Swap out. Fly will save him, give his life away. Now Blink and Ravage. They want to try to fight this Escape, doing their best. The lasso. They'll pick up the Juggernaut. He's falling low. He'll fall to the Rupture on top of that Firefly as well. Looks like a 2-for-1 on the other side as the Tinker comes in and blows away that Disruptor. Root will come out. They'll find the Batrider. Everybody's so low. Yapzor gets Glimmer Cape. They don't have detection. They will Dagon him to get a double kill for Jerax, who gets an unstoppable spree on top of it. It's his bought his Aghanim Scepter, No Tail. And he's going to be able to escape with another time walk, and it looks like that will be it. And if No Tail doesn't get that Aegis, that fight goes drastically different.
Yeah, saves the gem there too, so nicely done there from the side of OG, but overall it's about a 600 gold change for the side of OG, so not too massive. Of course, that probably not counting out the Roche gold. Was it a snatch, or did he get the...
He did snatch it,
Oh yeah, he did snatch it, so yeah, Radiance did get the kill, or rather the Radiant. Possibly the Radiance, but either way.
Yeah, I mean, that's at least the one good thing for Escape. They also got a couple of kills. They didn't bring the Jug down. They didn't bring No Tail down. Really good save from Fly, and they lost the Juggernaut, which is also really bad, but they still got a lot of the gold for Lone Druid being involved in that engagement.
Cinder was so close to getting the Batrider inside that Stack Storm too. Like, just narrowly missed on S4. If he got both of them so the Venge couldn't just swap out the post Aegis Void there. Would have been a lot better for them, but they get another gem. Very much, or rather, I suppose this is their first gem. With that one being OG's gem, they self-recovered here. But having that now gonna help stop the initiations from No Tail when they're fighting basically anywhere else around the map, right? Just like around the roast pit, it's one thing to have sentries down on the ground where it's pretty easy to predict where he's gonna be coming from. But when you're just like trying to 5-man around the map, they just need a gem so badly.
Yeah, they really do, and it's gonna help them get some map control back as well. Get some wards down, de-ward as best as possible. Yeah, they need to avoid those chronospheres. Era's got to stay alive in some of these engagements as well. This is turning into quite the game. I mean, Lone Druid is now top of the net worth, which was a position dominated by Jerax for the longest time. So this is doing... Koik has done a pretty good job of evening this game up with the help, of course, from Escape. The smoke will come out, and it looks like they're going to attempt to try to fight here. S4, he has Lasso. He could go for Era. Not going to attempt it. Now he will. Blink, Lasso, force back. Era's low already. The Rupture's on him, and he's dead. Chrono will hit onto 2. Tide will fall. Gem already on the deck. They're going to get a third as well. Yapsor. That Glimmer Cape will not save your life. The barrier, he's even not safe at this point. Savage Roar, he does get out in time somehow. And with 3 dead, another perfect initiation from S4 and the rest of OG.
Blood Rage, Dagon 5, doing about, 600 damage or so. No big deal.
Actually insane.
Yeah, that was
just
pretty
kills
disgusting.
people so quickly.
And Ravage, I think, was still on cooldown for like 5-6 seconds there when that fight started. So excellent timing from OG. Just nothing really Escape could do in that scenario.
They even have a Silver Edge now for Faceless Void. No Tail will pick that up.
Destroying that raindrop. Nice. He was taunting a bit. Like, am I going to destroy a raindrop? Oh, yeah.
He's feeling himself. Jarek's having a pretty good game at this point. He's at 7-0-8. Not died once.
What do you think this circle from Era is?
Yeah, what is that?
He just drew on the map. Yes, that is the dire half of the map.
This is the dire side of the map. Yeah, it's actually just going to say
I
that.
believe we should go there. Okay, they're smoking up. They are going to the dire side of the map. Era has spoken.
They're going to smoke up, though, an immediate blink reaction. No Tail's like, can I get off
no gem,
my Chronosphere
right?
or anything here? It's on cooldown, so that's an obvious no. They do glimpse back S4. That's a pretty nice kill. You can make it kill spree. No Tail jumps in. Omni slashed. He's just dead. He gets rooted. He wanted the gem clearly. That's not great.
Did he try and... He didn't even try and TP. I don't know. I guess...
I don't know what happened.
Just call that. We'll really wanted that gem back.
We'll call that some shenanigans. They don't have buyback either. For 40 seconds, he is down. And I don't think he's even close to buyback. 840 gold away.
What's happening?
I don't know. Is this happening? Is this...
Can they just, like, Dagon the bear?
The line that Era has drawn, it seemed to work so far. They're actually taking the base. The tier 3 tower getting demolished by the bear. The Spirit Bear going to work, with the AC helping out as well. And that's it. The tier 3 is gone. They still do not have No Tail for 16 seconds. There's no glyph either. This bear, they will at least blind it for now, but it's only going to last a moment here. They're going to back up, wait for the next creep wave perhaps, send the bear back in. There's really no reason for them not to do this. You just send the bear in each time. They'll rupture, lasso the bear, and bring it down and get 300 gold going the way. Jerax.
That's kind of an
at least
issue.
Keep their Raxus safe at the very least, but that's it.
No, that's totally worth it, because without him, they don't have the easiest siege. You'll basically just have to be Era, and he's Manta Diffusal, so...
That was
I just
Ravage.
heard that.
That's,
That's no good. Did they see it? Oh god, they did. It was under
They have
the
a ward there. That has been spotted.
All right, we're even. No Tail, I'm sure, is just like, yep, all right, that's fine. we're both just pressing some buttons here, trying to play some Dota. Oh,
they do.
God.
They smoked up under a ward. All right. There's just, I don't know what's happening, honestly. Dear God. Woo! Look at where Escape's sitting. I'm just gonna sit in the well. Sit behind our tier 3 tower. Yeah, they're not gonna find anything. They can push into the tier 2 tower top lane, but Ravage is still down for quite a while. I mean, even with this smoke not really working out, they're gonna have 106 seconds with no Ravage. And they'll just push into the tier 2 tower. They're waiting for someone to come in and defend the tier 2, but probably know now that they did smoke, in fact, under a ward. At least they should have, they should have an idea of that.
Kez are the one holding the gem here. Probably going to stand somewhere around here for the next 80 seconds.
In this general vicinity.
You know, this box right
this
here.
like around this area would be great.
Era, maybe. Actually, if Era, he'll probably be in here. Have to guess.
Yes. Exactly. Great lines being drawn. They will take the tier 2 tower inevitably. No defense coming out, obviously, with the Ravage on cooldown still for another minute.
Siege engine fully online with Bloodstone Tinker. This was like a SEA Dota Classic kind of thing. And then you camp out here. Mad Mana regen. Don't have to worry about going back to base quite as often.
Yeah, I feel like the creep waves are going to be pushed in pretty far now with the Tinker. I mean, you can push that up pretty quickly with the Lone Druid, but map control might be a bit of an issue here for Escape moving forward.
Gotta imagine that unless OG see like a fantastic opportunity for some quick kills, via maybe some of their aggressive vision, they're probably just going to wait on the next Aegis. Find out in about a minute here as to when it spawns. Not quite yet, Fly.
We'll figure it out
Checking for
soon.
some wards as the Bat Rider goes by. Smart.
Oh, I thought they were going to give the Arcane Rune to the Bloodseeker. I have even more ruptures ready to go.
Get 4 ruptures off in a single team fight. Oh, yo, that's a bear. Nice
They
find.
ruptured, Blood Rage, Dagon, dead. See you later. They do have another bear to recreate. That one will be made by Koik for us. Just time to farm. And finally, Escape feel comfortable enough to get out of their base. All right, guys, we have Ravage back off cooldown. Let's move outside our tier 3 tower.
Could maybe try like unbinding the R key, then just click it when you really need it.
That seems
like a solution. That's
It'll
a Slack
work.
solution, you know?
Why? Why is that? Is Slack's a button presser?
Those items, dude. Come on now.
Okay.
Gotta update yourself on your Slacks memes. Thanks, Slacks.
I'm really not updated on them.
No. It's a little bit disappointing, honestly, but it's fine, you know. Dota 2. It's okay.
I mean, I know that
heroes.
he scares the hell out of me whenever he wears a pug mask and just sits at our front door. That was frightening. That was an experience that I had earlier.
Sounds like every day for him. Radiant getting a bit aggressive here. Their game plan still remains relatively the same, right? Play some 5-man Dota, retreat when necessary, no one get lassoed or picked off or ruptured. Hope that OG overextend too much into you, but the problem is being Radiant side, of course, they've lost their jungle. They can pretty much only go on this half of the map, so we get like the vertical split at this point with the certain spells and cooldowns that are available, which means the Dire have their advantage controlling Roche.
Yeah, Escape aren't going to be able to get over there anytime soon, and Roshan is going to respawn pretty quickly as well.
So what does that mean, though? It means that this is Escape's, like, the only thing that they own and control in this game is the threat of these racks, right? Like, it's the only thing that can drive back Heroes of OG.
Problem with that is that the Tinker's going to come in and clear out the creep wave rather quickly.
And Roche is dead.
Already, it's done. They will pick up the Aegis, more than likely going to... Looks like No Tail's a slot for it. They're going to give it to Drax instead. They do have Cheese, though, which will be picked up by, it looks like, Fly. He has a spot for it. And they'll start heading back to the base. The mid lane and bottom lane are both pushed in pretty heavily in favor of OG, and top lane is getting cleared out by the Tinker currently. That easy.
At least this time, there's no dire vision.
Escape
inside of here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if he ravages now, they won't know. But at this point, Escape are just moving together as a squad. There's not much they can really do unless they find a pickoff, which is what they're thinking about. Don't have a smoke on them, I don't believe. They're just kind of sitting in the jungle at this point, hoping they can find a kill.
No Tail scaling out here. A little bit dangerous, the Silver Edge, only because he does know they have a gem now, so just playing it pretty cautious. Jerax drawing some squigglies. Maybe
he thinks they're in the tree line. That's actually... He's not far off base. But...
Currently, they don't have a scan to work with, well, the Radiant do at the very least, but... Someone eventually does have to come back for this.
Are they going to jump on No Tail? Blink Ravage?
What do they have? They still have the swap.
There it is. They're going to find it on No Tail. He's going to fall. Swap out. One more right click to Thunder Strike. He gets off the time walk. He's still alive somehow. They get the lasso. Kezu will fall first. Blimp not in time. The bear will come out. They want Fly and No Tail. They'll at least get Fly, but the bear does fall. Koikba, as a recreation, he's going to go ahead and just see home, though. That was so close. What a save from Fly.
Yep,
Wow.
nicely played. Very well done. That's so risky to go for that play, too. But I mean, if Fly's anywhere else on the map, obviously that doesn't work. Fly was well prepared, having the Aether Lens. What an item! And level 13 there. So, bottom lane won't take any damage, at least not any major ones here. So Quick was already back and start pushing this back out. But now it's time for the Dire to try and take this game home, I would say, or at least get themselves a set of racks.
Yeah.
Everything they need is available. 30 seconds to lasso is back, and well, Venge will be up and ready to go by then too.
Yeah, with Aegis and Cheese, Jarek's going to have the Tinker TP in, they'll clear out the Manta-style illusions, clear out this mid lane as quickly as possible. Yeah, I imagine at some point they would have liked to gotten another pick and push in with that, but they'll just have to, I think, assault high ground without having a kill here. Slow
yeah,
siege
NoTail
it.
played it really careful. Like, he didn't just like cheese up and go back in or anything. His mobility is not the best with Silver Edge, right? Like, he doesn't have the Blink Dagger, so it's a little bit harder for him to reinitiate in the middle of those fights. But coming in now, obviously that's an Observer Ward, so not gonna help them too much. They do still have the gem over on Kezu, so NoTail not spotted out this time.
He was on the hunt.
Nerfed range.
Hit a Blink Dagger. I'm sure he would have found an initiation there, but that wasn't quite close enough with the Shadow Blade. But the mid lane, the bottom lane, getting pushed in heavily. Again, this is the problem with the Tinker. They can't really deal with it. Lone Druid will try to keep pushing out top. The bear's being sent there currently. Resummon is still up in about 25 seconds, so even if the bear dies in a couple of moments, they'll still have a resummon ready.
Fly's got the Observers on him, but no smokes or anything. Can't really get the sneaky high ground ward.
This is probably gonna take a bit. I don't even know. They really have to find a lasso, I think, for S4, or at least NoTail to
Well, it's
come
only
with the
15 seconds
Chronosphere.
till Ravage is up, so they need to make stuff happen. They want to.
They'll
There
find
they
the
go.
lasso. It's going to be on the Spirit Bear. Again, if they do kill this, they will have a resummon ready to go. It's not dying just yet. It will go down to the March of the Machines and the Rupture, which JRX will pick up the 300 gold. Okay. Like you said, Ravage is back up, ready to go.
That was Rupture too, right?
Yep.
So that's one charge down.
He's
Question
got
is,
one
how much
left.
do they commit for the second bear will be
JRX
interesting.
blows away
no,
after not dead yet. One more right click, not in time. Meanwhile, they only get the bear, and they'll put Druid inside that Chronosphere still. It might be enough. They get the laser, which will blow away the Disruptor. Again, not able to use that Static Storm. Omni Slash is now done. Era pops the BKB. The Tinker denies himself. He's back up at 30. Fear's going to come out with a Savage Roar. JRX gets another kill. Era will finally fall. Too much damage to deal with the bear. Can they take it down a second time here as the Disruptor does inevitably buy back? As he's looking for more. Ravage already used and expended, and OG are just going to get out while they still can. Or maybe not. NoTail Shadow Bladed up, and that's it.
Yeah, Ravage is up, but no mana again here. And they don't have Arcanes, because they have these Tranquils that have been on fly forever, and S4, he turned his Arcanes into an Aether Lens, so Derek's still struggling pretty heavily when it comes to mana.
Yeah, he definitely
might need to, like, go suicide, just, like, run at the bear or something. Like... that's kind of the, like, you know what I mean? That's like the point he's at, because currently he's not gonna have any more mana.
He can right click. He's got some good right click. Well, maybe not. Taking a lot of tower damage as well. Like, that was significant. Laser will come through, blink in, another lasso. The Disruptor again. Cinderin is just like, please, God, help me. Then JRX blows away a couple. He will finally die just for 86 seconds. Like, fuck. Oh my God, that damage was absurd. I can't believe that just happened.
The timing on the Aegis, though. JRX just dies.
That's unfortunate.
Nicely done. Man, Escape have done that a couple games where they wait for that perfect moment. And JRX didn't die in time.
Oh, he was so close, too.
They're actually so good on that timing. That's huge. I mean, that would just be GG. If that's a full HP and Mana Bloodseeker right there, that's it. Like, I'm sure that's over.
That. But they still get a lot of kills. I mean, like, they just continue to accrue this advantage that Escape really can't deal with. I mean, the one person they have that is doing significantly well is the Lone Druid. Poikva is having a great time, but he's the only one, Trent. Everybody else continues to die. I don't think I've seen a Static Storm in, like, 20 minutes from Disruptor, from Sind. It just hasn't happened.
It was 1.5 seconds after he lost the Aegis, he died.
That's wow. That's oh no! Era's gonna get caught with a Chronosphere. This is gonna be more than enough damage. He does have buyback still, but it's another death going the way of the Bloodseeker or the Juggernaut. Excuse me. God.
Oh, it's only game one.
This kill score seems like it would be so much higher at this point. It seems like it's like there's 50 kills in the game, but it's actually only 17 to 26 at 44 minutes into the game. It is still an action-packed game. A lot of that has to do with the Bloodseekers, Dagon, and Ruptures.
Yeah, a lot of Escape just kind of waiting on Ravages, too. We just get those big lulls.
Mm-hmm.
And the Fishman feels
Either
a little bit useless.
that or like waiting for Roche if you're OG. It's like those two things.
Which is another good thing to bring up, because once again, that's where we're going to be at here. This time, the Radiant have ventured very far outside their base, gaining some valuable anti-Tinker wards here. Might give them the chance to get a pick off that they need.
They see the bear. Poikva's going to TP out. Looks like Escape don't want to stay much longer, given that there are a couple heroes rotating. S4 is on the hunt, has a gem. Let's see, who does he see? Glimpse back on S4 from Cinderin, so he won't be able to get that ward just yet. Can't find a particular target. Coming in now is No Tail. Was Shadow Bladed up for half a moment. Dire Scan coming out, nobody there. And that's it. Escape are kind of grouping up together, though. Looking to find a pickoff down in this bottom lane. See if they can get anything done here.
Tense moment here. I mean, they have everything available. Just trying to bait out Quick for hoping that they're going to go for it, but instead it's Tinker up top, Faceless Void in the mid. And the Dire are relatively unaware. Of course, they did just use that scan, as you said, so can't be too certain. And they might be S4.
Oh, he misses the Ravage. What a blink coming out from S4. He still has his lasso ready to go. He'll pop his BKB. And the Static Storm was in the BKB S4 Batrider. Yes, they will take down Fly. It looks like OG are going to try to fight this. The lasso was up and ready to go. The gem is now down. There's the Chronosphere onto a couple. They have that blinding light coming through. Excuse me. The laser doing some serious work. There's the Dagon coming out. Kezu getting crushed as well. Another laser doing some serious damage. Koikfa as well as Sin barely surviving. Air is back up trying to man fight here against this Bloodseeker, and he will win the man fight. Now No Tail, one of the few survivors coming out. They will take down Kezu. It's a 3-for-3 trade. Era's BKB is still there. Finally will go off. Will blink away. He's got the Blade Fury. A refresh will come through. A rearm, but they will not find the Juggernaut. Instead, they'll turn their attention towards the Spirit Bear, which is actually crushing No Tail at this point.
Remember, he has bots
do believe they got
Tinker.
the gem.
Drops his quarterstaff to get the gem.
Yes.
Brings
Did
the
they
Tinker
kill
back
it?
in.
Koikfa. Do have the Savage Roar away. The fear is there. Can they bring this man down? The Tinker's looking for another laser. The TP out. He cancels it. He wants to bring down this
he's
Tinker
going
and kill
for
him. Koikfa, he's going to be able to get
The
this done. The
Bash
Bash comes out. He's so low. They both go down. The March of the Machine kills one. Koikfa kills the other with the bear. It's a beyond godlike spree that the Tinker actually secures for himself. What's happening?
Oh, chaos. Manly plays that were very much required there. Bloodstone means he'll be back up relatively shortly. No Tail did end up with both gems, but cost him a quarterstaff, so he paid 900 for 900. Unless, did his courier come get it?
I don't think so.
Oh, his courier saved it. He got
Wait,
it.
did it really? Oh my god. Unless he just bought that quarterstaff.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone was over there to deny it, though. Oh, actually, there is a TP scroll on the ground. Maybe you're right.
Lone Druid was there.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny either way. He will get his butterfly regardless. Whether or not he had to pay an extra 950 gold remains to be seen. What a game, Trent.
Yeah. This has been hype. Game, you know, we were all worried about game one. Like, oh, was that Sunspan?
What's that, Shannon?
More texts?
Oh. Yes, that sounds correct. Yeah. Dare you.
I mean, he's dead anyway, though, so. But I guess if he buys back, that's true.
Yeah, that last fight was something else. If you're watching, see if you can discern exactly what happened, because it was kind of all over the place at one point in time. I mean, it's just topsy-turvy.
There were some pretty good plays. Obviously, the Ravage being dodged by S4 was pretty hype. And then the Chrono
Storm
comes in, and then he got glimpsed back. Yeah, and then the Stack Storm, too. So.
That is unfortunate for Kezu and Cinderin. That would have been a nice kill to have, like, 10 seconds before they actually killed him. Because everyone was allowed to rotate in very quickly from OG. They did get there inevitably, and they were able to turn it around.
Do you think Anna just goes for Hex now? With the Bloodstone? Seems like maybe that one last bit disabled, they're kind of missing after Chrono and Lasso. I'm like obviously hexing Tide, hexing Jug, pretty massive for them.
I would say so.
Seems to be the default one.
Any bit of
could just go
control
ham with E-Blade, you know, work with Jerax.
Are they really? They might be lacking a little bit on damage. I'm not sure.
I think it's not so much like lacking damage, but just how much it could just amplify again, like Jerax. Like, what could you do with like E-Blade, Blood? If you gave yourself the Blood Rage and then Dagon someone.
I'm pretty sure that person's dead, whoever it is, unless they have BKB. That's the one problem I see with an Ethereal Blade. There is only, I think, Era with the BKB currently. I don't believe there's one on the Spirit Bear on Koikfa. So, yeah, Ethereal Blade could work.
I think, no, the Bear has one. Pretty sure.
Is it really? Okay.
Certain. That was a hype play by Koikfa, too. Like, yo, Koikfa Dota.
He went in.
just man, like, could have TP'd out. He's like, nah.
Nah, I'm doing this. But he did feed away a Godlike Spree, a beyond Godlike Spree to the Tinker. And now the Tinker, I mean, he already had a lot of money. He has now 7,000 or 6,698 gold to work with. He could buy out that Hex right now if he wanted to, but he'd probably want to save for buyback.
Yeah, he's got a lot of reliable gold.
He certainly does. He's a rich man. We got a bit of a pause currently, everybody. 47 minutes of the game, 21-30. This is our game 1 of our second series of the day between OG and Escape. European side of the bracket now getting back underway. The G is called. And back to waiting for Roshan, which is back up in like 20 or 30 seconds, Trent.
DOTA 2. What a game. I love that dire side advantage.
Someday it'll be fixed.
Who chose that? Escape. So Dire took first pick, and Syndron chose the Radiant side. Kind of more typical for your like pushy strats, I suppose. Anyway, of course, you never really know what heroes you're going to wind up with in elimination mode, so it's not like you can fully plan out your strategy sometimes.
Yeah, you really never know. That's so true. They did pick up a. By the way, it wasn't an Ethereal Blade; it was a Dagon for Piranha. So the Tinker now has some extra damage to work with.
Oh damn! That's intense, dude.
Blood Rage.
No buyback. Dagon 5.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. Some lasers going off. They have 3 lasers. They have 2 Dagons and the lasers coming out from the Tinker. So there's a lot of zapping happening in this game of
Poor
DOTA.
Kezu has just been working on this refresher forever.
Yeah, he had the 1 perseverance for a long time. He finally got the second one. Still needs that
1,700
recipe.
gold away.
Yeah, that's the miserable part. Is the recipe that comes after. All right. 49 minutes in, you do have the Roshan back up, but it looks like OG are just trying to take over map control, and Escape continue to lose any semblance of that as we progress further into the game. 49 minutes in. Find the Chrono onto 2. No Tail getting TP'd on. That's the Tinker coming in. There's the Dagon, the lasers. They'll take down Syndron again before he can get anything off. Air will come in. They might lose the Tinker. He does use that Bloodstone Suicide. No Tail getting hit up. Gets stunned as well. He's got his Silver Edge back up in 1 second. He might be able to still get out here. Kezu, Ravage will go. The Silver Edge gets off. They have vision. They have detection. Might be a little too aggressive from No Tail now. And with 2 dead, Air's going to jump further aggressively onto Fly. Swap out. No, he might just go down, be the martyr. Air decides not to chase, actually, it looks like. I think he might have been ruptured. In fact, he was. Swap back. He swapped himself with the Rupture on him as the Lotus Orb was there. He didn't move. Air literally didn't move after that swap hit him. Oh, my.
I wonder if Fly was thinking it would double it, and that's why he went back in for it.
That's what I thought would happen, but it didn't, so...
That was such a risky play that seems so unnecessary from the Dire. If they lose Roche now, like, why are they chronoing here for 2... I mean, I understand what they're thinking, where they like blow them up without even having buyback on the Tinker, so, like...
Koikfa is getting last out, and the Tinker is back up. This is why they're doing it. They're going to bring down Koikfa for 99 seconds. He doesn't have a resummon for 40 either. If they want to contest Roche, they're going to probably have to buy back now.
All right, saved. We're fine.
See? You ask the question, you get the answer.
Just,
and that's
BKB. Everyone's just hitting buttons.
It's the game of hitting buttons.
Swapping some items around, I take it. I assume that was perhaps supposed to be a Midas, then he just gave up on Midas into creep.
I'm done. I've already caused too much chaos and trouble. Might as well just not use this. They will take Roche almost assuredly, which again is going to be another cheese and Aegis Roche going their way. With still 60 seconds remaining on the respawn for the Lone Druid. The waves are pushed out, but not pushed out enough that I think they can get anything done after they take this Roshan. Jirax is getting really low. Finally, they will take it down. That'll be that.
Cheese in the pit. No, I hope this is one of those games where they forget about the cheese. That's a classic. I'm sure Fly's coming right now.
Didn't we cast a game that happened in? Or
yeah,
was that
it was
just...
like 6 full minutes of no cheese.
Yeah, we're like, there's a cheese there. Get the cheese, please. Fly will get in there. He's very diligent about these types of things. They're not going to leave the cheese in there.
Super nice for No Tail. Is that... all right, despite that last fight, Era still not quite up to MKB. Even if he was, he wouldn't have buyback, of course, but obviously going to be a nice game for it. Damn, Tinker. And then the Faceless Void Butterfly as well.
Yeah, this is so hard to push into high ground for OG. Unless they get a lasso, and even if they do, I don't really see them. Like, they already had trouble pushing into the bottom tier 3 tower earlier. This seems so difficult for them in Trent.
Yeah, that is true. That's one thing we haven't really talked too much about. They really don't have the best tower pushers in general. You know, the itemization of the Faceless Void has definitely helped with that. But it's still not ideal. So that does kind of bring up these riskier plays. Like the whole chrono down on the tower and whatnot.
Right. find a pick, see what you can get off the back end of it, and depending on the hero, maybe push high ground. But they're right now just keeping all of the waves pushed in. We might have to see some some split push coming out from OG in order for them to actually do some tower damage. They'll all sit down bottom for the time being. No-Tail out front, S4 coming in as well, ready with his lasso. Gems up on top of that. Tier 3 tower pretty low. Would be nice to take that down. Nobody's walking up to the high ground.
Dire vision, they can see Kezu. There's a Rupture.
Rupture, No-Tail walking in, pops the BKB. Trying to go to work. Static Field, keeping him up, safe. Blood Rage will go as well.
BKB from No-Tail too, though.
Yeah, that's gone. He's going to get glimpsed back as well. They have the Static Storm. No-Tail's in trouble. Can he pop the cheese? It's the swap back in time. Fly might give his life away, but still, they will get the tier 3 tower. And they have the Refresher Orb for Kezu now as well. Arrow, Omni Slash. They pop the Chronosphere, but that only might bring the Tinker down. Ravage onto just about everyone except for S4, who gets off the BKB in time. They've lost Ana. They'll buy back and try to get back into the fray as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker getting stun up the bear, going to work. Heat-seeking missiles, they'll bring the bear down. They've already lost Kezu. Yapster will be next. And so too will Cinder, and Koikma getting chased down. Another laser. Heat-seeking missiles. All 5 of them are dead in the dirt coming through. Ana with that buyback. Jerax with the Blood Rage with that freaking Dagon 5, and they will take racks. That's how they breach high ground, Trent.
Yeah, that burst potential is just absolutely insane from OG. They bring down Kezu before he can get off the second Ravage. Pops the Refresher, but no hope. Just too many Dagons, too many lasers flying through. It's the light show. And I think it just might be lights out here for Escape, as second rack's about to fall here. Of course, once you're, just sitting high ground, everyone's dead, it's pretty easy to push buildings, turns out.
Very true.
Yeah.
There is going to be 2 buybacks from both of the cores. They did just get them, I believe, and now they're going to try to do their best. But with 2 sets of racks down, this becomes
Oh, that was close.
very tough. I don't know if they can do this. They might even just lose this third set of racks. Arrow will come in looking for the Tinker. Oh my god, look at the Dagon 5 and the laser go through. Blood Rage, Rupture should be back up.
Though.
No, Jerax doesn't have it. He does, however, have Aegis ready to go. Root coming out, the Tinker, the Savage Roar. Jerax still low. Falling prey to... Oh, they actually get the glimpse back into the Static Storm. He's dead for 80 seconds. That's something now. Arrow jumping in, BKB popped. No-Tail wants this melee racks. He will find it. He will not get the range. He'll put some permanent damage there, but he won't be able to finish it off. He's trying to get it as best as possible, but that bear just eats him alive. And it looks like Jerax will TP away in time.
Arrow did it, dude. Brought him off those buildings. He was like, yeah, chase me to my well, guys.
I mean... All right,
Escape Dream.
They're
this is what
still
this team
alive.
is built on, Mott. It's what they do. Are you a believer?
They're still alive.
Look at this. This is a Moonshard bear. It's got bloodlust.
Trent, hold on now. This is tough.
You
I don't know if they can
believe,
do this.
dude.
There is no Tinker for 40 seconds. Is this just a death push right now for Escape?
Yeah, they're going in. Let's
All right,
go.
let's do it.
Elimination mode.
Ravage
No
1
time for
back up,
cool
Ravage
heads.
2 in 70 seconds, by the way.
Stack Storm in 25. Look, Cinderin's got the clarity going. That's how you know they're in.
He's like, I need a 3-man Static
clarity.
Storm. It's going to happen, Trent. He's going to hit it right here. This is the turnaround. 40
No
seconds
more blinks
forward.
from this guy. All right, that wasn't it.
That's not the glimpse they're looking for. Rupture's out already. It's onto the bear, taking a little bit of damage, not much. They should have a resummon here pretty soon, 30 seconds.
Bear doesn't have to move when it's
Forward
building.
staff, now S4 looking for the lasso. Swap back, actually, it still should do the job. Bear will inevitably fall, but not before it gets this mid-racks.
Someone
range rack.
Cinder, do it.
Hit it! Oh, come on now. They hit it back. Here we go, though. Jerax looking for Koikma. He just fought back. There's the Static Storm Ravage. Is this going to be it? The Omni Slash on top of it as well. Jerax will fall next. They've already lost the Tinker. Luckily, that is just the Aegis for that Bloodseeker. This still might be pretty good for Escape. Still no Tinker. The glimpse back onto Jerax. They might be able to bring him down. Kezu's got Refresher at 12. The Chronosphere, though, saves his life. No-Tail comes in, right-clicking down air as best as he possibly can. BKB will go. He's broken at this point in time. Barely surviving. No healing ward. Yapster is going to be the lamb that's going to be for the slaughter. The Refresher only hits onto the No-Tail Faceless Void, but can they bring him down? Arrow wants to man-fight this. He gets stunned up and Air is gone. Both him and Koikma will fall for 89 seconds. That almost has to be it, as Kezu as well as Yapster will get cleaned up. All 5 will fall. Such a good try from Escape at the end of this game. They almost evened it up. It looks so good there, Trent, but not enough at 56 minutes in.
Celebratory lasso onto a creep. That's how you win with style. Damn. OG Dota.
That was a heck
That was
of a
some
game.
Bloodseeker gaming. That was hype, man.
That was super.
That was fun. OG, they're back. Haven't seen them since Face It. Invitational. Obviously, they only got to play a single game, so wasn't exactly the best showing for the squad. Coming on to elimination mode. Looking to turn some heads, show they're deserving to beat this major.